You're about to witness one of the greatest spectacles in all of chess. Kicking off with the king pawn here is Viswanathan Anand. He's a former world champion like 5 times, and with the black pieces playing the Sicilian defence, it's Magnus Carlsen, of course world champion a million times in all the formats, and they're meeting today at the World Blitz Team Championships. Every time these guys play, it's just mouth-watering. It's what the fans want to see. This is a fighting variation. Magnus playing the Taimanov Sicilian here, but they're on that limited blitz time. 3 minutes each. Bit of time added back per move. It's tense. It's exciting. This game's got it all. And first off, we see Vishy trotting out some old school prep. A lot of the games here, when you dig into the database, they're played like 20, 30 years ago. Kasparov, Karpov days. Some real classic games. Ivanchuk in there as well. Chucky as we call him. Now we see this bishop developing. Magnus looks super solid. He's set up the bathtub of minor pieces. Always get your bits out, especially down the chess club. Now queen g3, and it's hyper aggressive, eyeballing the king. If you want to learn these kind of openings, by the way, do use Lotus Chess. I've said it so many times, regular viewers know it's an incredible way to learn openings but not even feel like you're learning, right? You just download this matrix style knowledge, really beginner friendly, really fun. It's like playing a game, and it does the end game stuff as well. So you get the openings, you get the end games for a tiny cost per month, honestly, and it's free to get started. So just give it a whirl, see if you like it. I use it most days, really helped me improve, and many others. Check it out, it's incredible. b5 now on the board from Magnus, looking for the queenside counterplay. Vishy keeps an eye on the pawn push. Now Magnus develops this rook, still looking for this stuff of course, but first to the punch. Vishy Anand in the centre of the board, and again he's had this stuff before. There's something incredible on the way here. Magnus having a big think at this moment, by the way. He's like a minute down on time, just over, already trying to figure out whether to take the pawn, and he does so. But it's risky of course, because there's pins, there's possible attacking ideas. Vishy goes for the most direct. Watch this, it's absolutely epic. Rook takes on f6, sacrificing the exchange here to go for the black king and to set up this deadly annoying pin, and Vishy's just blitzing this stuff out. It's prep, he's had it before, probably donkeys years ago. Magnus should now play queen b6 or queen a7, apparently best way to proceed, but he plays this move and it allows Vishy to snap off that bishop. Of course knight takes not possible, so we see queen takes and then takes here. And when the smoke clears, we've got 2 minor pieces for white versus rook and pawn for black. And as you may well know, typically the minor pieces are doing well, especially in positions such as this. Magnus getting the queens off, of course. He loves it, where the minor pieces have got outposts and pawns to work with. You know, look how cemented that bishop is. Watch what happens to the knight. It's on the way to c5. But before you can say, show me how you skip to the chess tournament, Vishy gains the space, secures the outpost for the knight. The seahorse is born. And this is the problem for black. These minor pieces are just paralysing the rooks. You know, if you could take about 2 pawns off the board and then have some nice open lines, then maybe the rooks could fight back. But that's not the case here. Vishy's in control, miles up on the clock. Magnus down to seconds. He's been struggling this whole tournament, of course. Lost 4 games in a row in the rapid section. Unreal scenes. I'll be getting to some more of those soon. Now we see a lovely camel toe, and with it, the rook is attacked. So it saves itself. But here, we get a crunch moment. You have to find the right path through. What should white do? We know we want to start nibbling at this structure, but how to play it? This explosive c4 is the best pawn push. And the point is, you're about to munch and munch and munch twice, right? So if takes, well then bishop takes. And you attack here with horsey and bishopy. And you attack here. Apologies, won't add a Y to everything. Let's try and grow up a bit. And because you're hitting 2 pawns, you're in trouble with those black pieces. You just can't hold everything together here. White's really doing well in this position. Should convert. But Vishy doesn't play c4. He plays a4. The other really natural pawn push. Bring this one to life. But now Magnus can go rook c2. Takes, takes, bishop takes, but Magnus takes here. Remember I said if 2 pawns leave the board, the game can open up. The rooks can start fighting. It's what we're seeing. A turnaround, a change. It's right up there with the time that Hikaru and Hans decided to kiss and make up. Yes, things are changing because Magnus can now fight back, brings in the king. White's still doing fine, of course, but the position's back level. Look at Ival Barovic, back to zeros. Now these rooks are in prime position to stop the pawn. If White had played rook b1 a moment ago, Black still had ways to fight back. Let's not go down that line. This is the game. The rook's not blundered. Saved. Vishy doing a bit of repetition. Rook d5, no more tickle. Magnus stops giggling. Now we see knight f4. Don't blunder your rook. Magnus doesn't do so. Knight's defended, but unceremoniously kicked back. And although it's incredibly ugly, knight g2 is arguably best move here. Maybe trying to spin round, I don't know, somewhere. It's not on a great circuit. Vishy puts it to e2. Of course the most natural move. Don't get me wrong, Magnus plays r2d2, a real favourite of Star Wars fans, and now we see rook c1. And it's just a big, big blunder. Let's back it up. You actually had to play the very unnatural knight c1, because you want to hold this pawn. After rook c1, this one simply drops off the board. Magnus snaps it off, makes a kind of gobble gobble sound. Many of the top players do that when they munch a free pawn.
Mushrooms.
Now knight c3, double attack on this rook, but it saves itself, hits that 7th heaven, or 2nd rank heaven, but it doesn't quite rhyme as well, and Vishy's now in some trouble, because although he's not getting mated, or any nastiness like that, the minor pieces are now struggling to fight against the rook. Magnus puts it miles from the king, doesn't want any forks, and then he leans back and pushes that e-pawn, and they're just storming now. An avalanche, really taking squares from the minors. Although this isn't a lost game, it's so difficult to play now. King's cut off, pawns are running. This one might activate one day once the knight is kicked out the way here, and therefore Vishy didn't resign, but he lost on time despite being so far up. Slightly anticlimactic end, I'm afraid, but Magnus was going to bring it through, I think. Hope you enjoyed. Love when these guys battle. Do check out Lotus Chess. It's incredible. Links down below, and have a look at the video on screen if you want to see some more epic chess. Cheers.